how lengthy space missions can change human brain. The researchers want to understand how spaceflight affects human bodies in order to further the exploration of the final frontier space. The new study, conducted by an international team of researchers under the auspices of the collaboration between European Space Agency, the ESA, and Roscosmos of Russia, has revealed that long-term space flights lead to changes in the brain structure of cosmonauts involved. During their research, the team examined diffusion magnetic resonance imaging, DMRI, data collected from 12 cosmonauts who spent an average of 6 months on board the International Space Station, the ISS, with the scans being conducted before and after their flight. Using a brain imaging technique known as fiber tractography, the team found significant microstructural changes in several large white matter tracts, such as the corpus callosum, arcuate fasciculus, corticospinal, corticostriatal, I'm not a medical expert, and cerebral tracts. This is where they found changes in. According to the study results published in the Frontiers in Neural Circuits journal. As Neuroscience News explains, the white matter refers to the parts of the brain that are responsible for communication between gray matter and the body and between various gray matter regions, with gray matter essentially handling the information processing and white matter being the channel of communication of the brain. And they said we found changes in the neural connections between several motor areas of the brain. This is what Andrei Dorosin of Drexel University, the lead author of the study, says. He explained motor areas are brain centers where commands for movements are initiated. In weightlessness, an astronaut needs to adapt his or her movement strategies drastically compared to Earth. Our study shows that their brain is rewired, so to speak. The team also confirmed that these changes were visible on scans taken 7 months after the spaceflight. Dr. Floris Witz from University of Antwerp, who led the study, says, from previous studies we know that though these motor areas show signs of adaptation after spaceflight, now we have a first indication that it is also reflected in the level of connections between those regions. The researchers further argued that their findings highlight the necessity of gaining an understanding of how spaceflight affects human bodies for the exploration of the final frontier of space, of course. They said, as missions to Mars are at a minimum of 9 months of space flight, more long-term studies on the human brain will need to be conducted. And these researchers noted that while countermeasures for muscle and bone loss do exist, if future research provides evidence that countermeasures are necessary for the brain, then we must begin to answer this challenging question, obviously. And this is by Andrei Dergalin on Sputnik. Please leave your comments and thank you for your support. Please support my Patreon account. The daily posts are 5 videos daily, and they are totally different from what I have on my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for your support and that you find all my content so interesting. You'll find the Patreon account details in the description box below.